Hi guys, welcome to episode 3 of Football with Ikram. And we have a new guest, Abdul. Welcome. He's a Chelsea fan, so I'm going to get different opinions today. And what we're going to be doing today is to have a review of Gameweek 1's matches, I guess, and then we'll also do Gameweek 2 predictions, and Abdul will give us his top 8 Premier League prediction as well. So, maybe Abdul should start off by telling us about, a little bit about himself, his team, and he can start with his top 8 predictions for us.
Okay, top 8 prediction. Yeah. Okay, yeah. My name is Abdul. I'm a Chelsea fan, a blue since birth. And you know what? Let's get right into
it. Proper Chelsea, innit?
Proper Chelsea. God is good.
No, go on.
Okay. I want to start from the top to the bottom.
Yeah.
In first place, as much as I hate to say it, because it doesn't make any sense to me, because give it to me, they have not been good. I'm giving first to Arsenal.
So Arsenal. It makes sense. Exactly. Like everyone is like, Arsenal butlers, they are always bottling at the end of the day.
Exactly. It's because like me, I don't have like fatigue for like picking like City. Normally I would pick City all the time. Not because they've won every season for the past 4 years. But like I genuinely feel now like they are losing some of their like key components. Like Ederson wanted to leave, De Bruyne wanted to leave, Bernardo wanted to leave. I don't feel like they have that ambition they had before. So I only feel like now Arsenal, this is their chance. If they don't win this season, I think they are cooked because
Exactly. That's what me and Ikram even agreed on last week as well.
Because
that Chelsea
is it Chelsea that's coming to do something or any other club? Let us know.
Anyway, second place, I have Man City. Because at the end of the day, all these problems that is doing them, they're still like miles ahead of the rest of the league. It still doesn't matter. Third place. Okay. Looking at this now, it's feeling kind of dodgy. But I have Liverpool. I believe
Liverpool.
They have Liverpool in third place.
Well, you have Liverpool in third place.
Because at the end of the day, they still have that.
But it's not Klopp. Their manager isn't Klopp. And then the same way you mentioned what's his name? KDB wanting to leave, Ederson wanting to leave, Bernardo wanting to leave. Like there were rumors that Salah wanted to leave as well. And the team doesn't have like that Klopp feeling of like, being able to like ginger the players.
Yeah, but I feel like the players are so mature because they are not a team full of youngsters that they can smell the blood. They're like, City might dip a little and they might see it as, it's us and us now. Let's take this opportunity. Because the rest of the league is coming up. As we can see how much like West Ham spent this transfer window. We have seen how good Villa were last season and they're coming up. We saw how good Newcastle were. So I feel like they can sense that, all those teams are coming up. So like, let's try and get the shit done.
Cannot slack. There's no opportunity to slack at all. Yeah.
Guys in their team, Alisson is like the one, like same things. I still feel like although he has won all the individual, he hasn't won, the team ones that like he really he has won a Prem, but like one, has been here for like 8 seasons now. So I feel like he'd like to have it, before he leaves. So
that makes sense.
They're still not good enough. So they're coming third.
Fourth.
Well, everything's looking dodgy now. Have Spurs.
The thing is from fourth down, that's where the problem is. First 3 is usually okay, but from that fourth down,
that's when everything. Because from fourth to like 8, I feel like there'll be like 5 points in between them. I don't think there'll be like a gap.
It could be anybody.
Exactly. Never from 4 to 8. From that 8 to like 13th too. I feel like there's
a mix as well. Yeah.
Because like everyone's like even now. Every team has ballers. But yeah, in fourth, I have Spurs.
Why?
Because Solanke is a very silky baller.
He's a what?
But how well did he play last? I didn't watch the Spurs game, so like how well did he play?
He played amazing. There are 2 players that they didn't get any returns. I say returns because of FPL, but they played amazing. Eze for Palace and Solake for Spurs. They played really well.
Yeah, okay. I watched Eze in the weekend.
Exactly. Funny enough,
Yeah,
I feel like the Spurs Leicester game, if I was here last week, I would have given a high score prediction because like that's the highest scoring Premier League game of all time. So I feel like Leicester just have Spurs, key. That's why the game was a draw. But I feel like Spurs do decent. I feel like they have some ballers. Do you know Archie Gray that they bought? Even though he might not play like that, but like that's it. One to watch.
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Fifth
Same.
place, I have my boys, Chelsea. I have my boys, Chelsea. Boys, Chelsea. Right.
No. Oh yeah. Let me ask you a question. Do
Ask me.
you genuinely believe that Chelsea can finish fifth?
I believe we can finish higher, but I want to be realistic. So that's why I want to be pessimistic. Sorry, I want to be pessimistic. So that's why I'm dropping us lower. I believe we'll finish higher. Like,
You're picking the safer option, so they will call you a delusional fan, innit?
Brother, even that safe option is not safe like that.
I'm bumping us one place. We finished sixth. I'm giving us fifth now. So
It's progress. It's
yeah,
progress.
exactly.
No problem.
Progress. In
No
sixth
problem.
place, I have Villa. Actually,
Ikra, has this
Relax.
brother mentioned Man U?
I don't know. Maybe United they are not playing in the Premier League this season. I
No,
have no idea.
be like
Maybe.
say. Nah, I think so.
so Villa, you know, Unai Emery is a good coach. I believe he will
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
guide them through.
but they
Seventh
are
place,
playing in the Champions League though.
what?
They are playing in the Champions League.
Yeah, but
You
another
didn't, you
thing,
didn't
I
consider,
know
you didn't consider, you
Emery.
didn't consider all that.
The thing is, they are
No.
going
See
out
the thing,
after
I
group
think
stage.
Emery
You know
is
this.
more. I think Emery is like more experienced in managing players that are like going to play in multiple competitions. Unlike Eddie Howe, I feel like he's going to handle it better.
Exactly.
Yeah, that
And
makes
put
sense.
them
That
above
actually
labor.
makes sense.
Exactly.
That actually makes
And
sense.
also, Emery na Europa League merchant, so he knows European football.
Ah,
Like seventh
fair.
place, the boys from up north, Newcastle United.
Bastard. Bastard.
Yeah, I feel like Isak will have a very good season. I have Gordon in my FPL team as well. I feel like do well. My boys, Livramento, Lewis Hall. I feel like this is their year to really come out. Show the world what they're about. I think they're going to get Gay centre back. Gay Shar. So I feel like that back line solid with Pope in goal.
Mm.
That's solid. In fact, I might bump them up. That team is on paper. On paper, it's very good.
Yeah, it
Anyway,
is.
moving on to the last spot. Dun dun
You
dun.
will have to justify why you put. In fact, let me wait for it because you can be a mad person and not even mention. But go on. Who is it?
In last place, sorry, not last, eighth position, I have a team that wears red.
Don't say Brentford. Don't say Brentford.
They have a striker up front that is black. They have, anyways, I have Man U in it. So, let's have it.
Why do you have United in it?
United finished eighth last season. And
Mm-hmm.
I feel like they've not made improvements to show me that, they can go up otherwise. The way other teams have made improvements, I don't think, they've shown there's nothing new that's special that's showing me, okay, they're going to be a better team next season.
The reason why we were eighth was because first off, like we had like horrible injuries at the start of the season. In fact, throughout the
Ikram,
season.
you guys did not come A because of your starts of the season. You guys
No,
came
no,
at
no.
the end of the season.
The people that were injured were actually like very integral to the team. And one of them is Mount. One of them is Mount, Mason Mount. And the reason why I believe he is one of the reason was because usually I'll probably have said, maybe Lucio, maybe Martinez or something like that, somebody that that has like ball progression and thing. But I watching that game against who did United play the weekend? Against Fulham.
Yeah.
Against Fulham. Apologies.
Mount didn't
Watching the game against Fulham, the way United were pressing was 4-2-4 or 4-1-1-4,
The
and
other
like
hell,
having Bruno and Mount in that press actually forced Fulham to always play long because they just couldn't pass like the second third of like the field, and they always either pass back, and if you should get to their like goalkeeper, like they play it long. That's why they made like two or three like defensive errors because the press was actually like insane. And the reason like that press was usually it's just Bruno that is running like a madman, like all over
Yeah.
the field. But having like two Brunos in terms of like work rate is insane. So like that match made me realize we actually missed Milo, and I saw that in preseason as well. Is that like he is a pressing machine.
okay.
So
Mason
yeah,
Mount.
yeah, Mason Mount.
You know,
Yeah, just one step up.
aside the energy that he even adds, like Mason Mount is a very, very intelligent player. I can't lie, I didn't used to rate him before. I'm going to confess now.
Yeah, it's tough now.
But like I've seen some signs, yeah. Very few people press as well as Mason Mount. Bruno runs forward though. Bruno does all of that stuff. But like I don't know, Mount does it better. Let me put it that way. Mount is a very intelligent player. So yeah,
Okay.
You
the
okay?
pressing with
So
both of them
I
is more
think
true.
You know
I
what?
think okay, go on.
You know what I want to say to all that? You know, we're all ballers here. You know, I've dabbled in football. You know, when you've run. Imagine you've made a run now, and you finally get the ball. You know, it's not time to make this, but like you're already out of breath. So that's like miss. Like that's what it
No,
feels.
but he wasn't
Press,
going.
press, fine, you press, you get. But like when it's time to make decision making, that's when everything.
We'll get there.
I mean,
We'll
Chelsea,
get there.
I've watched Mason Mount since the days of Vitesse. I was there. I watched him. I watched, you know, I know what I'm saying. And you guys will come to know as the season comes to pass.
No, you
Coming
see the
back
Yeah,
to
thing.
your press 4-2-4, 4-4, 4-5-6.
it was a 4-2-4 or 4-1-1-4.
I was
Yeah,
Yeah, it was 4-2-4.
yeah.
Casemiro and Mino in the middle, then the front four, and the
So
back four.
mine joined like sometimes he joined the press sometimes as well. So that's why I said it
Yeah,
was like a
it's
four
very
one one four at
fluid.
some point.
Very
yeah,
fluid.
yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I believe
But
my
no problem. We'll take your predictions. We'll take your predictions. I think that we might actually have to check like phones for. Okay, no. First is Gameweek 1 review. Yeah.
yeah,
So I was unable to watch all the games, but the ones that I watched,
I have the
I'll
one.
be able to I'll be able to talk. So I think we've talked a bit about like the United's
I have my
game. You have your
just very brief one. I have a brief. Like
okay. You go first.
I
Yeah,
can
you go
see my
first.
notes. What I
Hmm.
wrote is Man, you are still trash. That's literally what my notes says. So this one, yeah, didn't see much difference from last season. You know, yeah, I feel like the goals.
It was your first unsuccessful hit watch, so I can get why you were pressed. So it's understandable. Unlike some of us were successful with our hit watches.
What's the score
Yeah,
behind?
true.
Was 1-0 now.
Who scored again?
Ah,
Exactly.
sexy, sexy
Oh,
boy.
exactly. Fluke
Don't do
goal.
that. Don't do that. Don't do that.
I did not see
Don't do
that
that.
down. Huh?
But yeah, yeah. So for the United's game, like the way we play is actually like much different in the sense that we are more confident when we are trying to beat the press rather than passing back always. I mean, there were a lot of times where we actually passed back. The first 20 minutes was kind of slow because
It was
we
horrible.
didn't just want to we wanted to play safe like initially compared to like preseason where we were always playing it for we're just like testing like new tactics where we were beating the press mid like in the midfield area like rather than just pass back when somebody is pressing like we played that triangular rondo like in between like two players and it was like it worked out really well and they did that like quite a few times in the Fulham game as well and pressing just have like so what Ten Hag now is put in a very difficult situation where does he always start Mount and Bruno in the same game with Kobe because if he does that it means either Bruno will play false nine where you still need to have Mount, Kobe and Casemiro or one of Kobe and Mino would would bench when there is a striker. So it's actually going to be like a very tough decision because Mount in that press
I
was
think it's
very,
a
very
tough
intriguing.
decision because we don't have Rasmus currently. Because the thing is that I don't think he really believes, like, for now, I don't think he thinks Zexi is ready to start. But if
Mhm.
Rasmus was available, Rasmus would definitely start because
So
Rasmus presses well.
If Rasmus starts, who then goes on the bench between Mount,
Mount will go on the
Mino?
bench. Mount is
Yeah,
not
so that's what I'm saying. Is that
usurping
like
mine or
that's
anybody.
exactly my point. My point is that like
Yeah,
with the way Mount played that game and how well
yeah.
he pressed, it would give Ten Hag like a difficult decision because of how important he was in that game. He
Yeah,
played
but you
really
see, the
well.
thing is, going forward, I don't think he wants to use a false nine, or at least not
Yeah,
a
exactly.
midfielder
You
as
don't
a
want
false
to. You
nine.
don't want to. Yeah.
So that's it. So
Yeah.
Mount, even though his pressing is fantastic, for now, that is pretty much all he kind of offers.
Try.
So he has to go. He has to
I'll
be the
tell.
one to go.
You have to go,
But
like,
for now,
Scott,
I'm
Scott,
enjoying it. To be
hey,
honest,
Scott.
I'm enjoying it
Yeah, being too
for
honest.
now.
All right. Abdul, like, let's take your own
okay,
review of like any other game.
okay. I want to talk about the Ipswich Liverpool game. Did you guys catch that?
I saw
Yeah, I
the
caught it.
highlights of the Ipswich Liverpool.
I think first half Ipswich played really good. Ipswich played really good, and I feel like Premier League kind of put them in a hard one in the fact that they gave them Liverpool and City as their first two
Off
games.
the bat. Yeah.
Exactly. So I'm just hoping they don't leave their philosophy and their style of play because they get like scared, pragmatic, because like they are losing the first couple games. Because I feel like if they stick with it, I feel like they are going to cause some upsets. I feel like they played really well. Because first half it was still 0-0. It's just their chance
Mm-hmm.
didn't finish. But second half, I think Liverpool's experience of being,
Yeah.
in the Premier
Now,
League came up. They finished the game.
do you think they played well enough to be like a dark horse like Wolves or maybe Spurs of 2015? Like
But
to be able to Spurs of 2015, like what I mean by a dark horse, like to cause an upset, like that team
European
that you think,
Okay, I don't think they are there to like challenge for like European pedigree because I feel like they just don't have the talent, even though like they have the energy, the style of play and all. I just feel like they won't have the people that are gonna finish the chances there and all. Because like now they just got Broya from Chelsea,
Yeah. They have Delap as well.
but I still feel like like the team is young because like they're striking.
do you think Boyer to Ipswich is like a good move? Because I think Boyer was at Fulham
Yeah.
and he wasn't successful there.
No,
So
he didn't play because their striker Muniz was just in the form of his life at the end of
Yeah, he
last season.
was hot last season. He was the
What?
guy.
okay, fair
Nobody
enough.
believed in him. So I don't think that was Bria's fault. I feel like Bria is a very good player. I feel like he has like technical qualities and all. I feel like now it's just like a confidence thing. It's a mental thing, that mental block he has to get over. And if he's able to get over that, I feel like that's a decent top level striker. It's the same way when we sold Solanke however many years ago to Liverpool. Off the bat, we are like, okay, this guy is kind of like, you could see he had the technical qualities there, but it's just he had to enter the mindset of, oh, I'm a top level Premier League striker and I score goals. And once
Mm.
he's able to settle in that mindset, I feel like now we've seen how good Solanke was and he finally hit double figures last season here. I think 20 goals. I feel like he's going to repeat it again this season. So I feel like going
Like with Spurs, 100.
type of trajectory.
Okay, that
Yeah.
makes sense. That makes sense. Was there any particular Ipswich player that stood out to you?
Delap, Liam Delap. I thought
Delap is a baller.
exactly. I thought he was one 37-year-old championship veteran that was until they zoomed in on him. I see, is this not this boy from FIFA 19 that was 64 rated? I was like, wow. I
Yeah.
was like, wow, that's
That's
wow.
mad.
That's great.
That's mad.
He was
Any
like they had to sub off Kwanzaa after 45 minutes because of how much Delap was bullying him.
Nah,
Like
That's
Delap is
mad.
very,
no
very good.
injuries,
Fine.
no nothing. It was tactical decision because of how much Delap was. Yeah, Delap was a baller. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, and for me, I noticed like, why there are ones to watch in the league this season because personally, for my own personal reason is because Karen McKenna is there currently,
Exactly. Yeah.
and
Yes.
there's been this hype all over that like he's among the managers coming for the championship, he's obviously one of the best. Like he
Yeah.
was one of the best managers in the championship like last season.
Yeah.
So it's really exciting. And from what you said, I didn't get the whole game. I got bits and most of the second half. But from what you're saying, it's like the hype is true. It's worth it. So the team
Yeah.
to keep an eye on this season.
I feel like it's a different type of because like he's not playing like this possession style football. So like he's not trying to be like a Pep clone. So like that's not the type. It's something different, something fresh. It's like more direct, but like the passages of play are still there. So like I feel like it's something new, something fresh. But like yeah, I feel like they're going to be good, decent. I feel like they stay up. I feel like they'll stay up.
I
If
mean, that's what everybody thinks. If you see the
like
predictions on YouTube and everywhere else, they are one of the teams that everybody's picking to stay up. So there's definitely something there.
yeah, like them. So what next?
Yeah, the next one is yeah, the other is there any other game? So mine is the City
Chelsea.
um Chelsea match.
Yeah,
Like the thing is, even in my prediction, like as much as I said 3-0, I felt deep down that Chelsea might actually score. And if you see that game, you guys had so many chances to
not
score.
mind.
Like
We beat them.
it
That
seemed the people that had the ball were just like scared to shoot. Like they were like, oh, okay, I have the ball. There's so much space. Should I actually shoot? There was one that Enzo had, like when you guys were playing towards like the left.
Edge
And
of
then
the
there was like
box
this
when he
shot
took
that
the
he had like
touch.
in the box 18. Like no, not the touch. There was one that he
Okay.
had like in the box 18, like that was like
one
not very open. Eh?
is it the one that they blocked? Like he shot with his left foot.
Yes, the one that he blocked. Yeah, it was the block. So like, I felt like if he took his head, might have played like to the guy. Like it
Okay,
was in the box 18. It wasn't like outside the box.
I
So
agree.
I was like,
My thing is
I hate you guys, but
again, it's
try.
because, like Enzo was playing 10, at that point in time. So I feel like he's still not used to that position. So like
Enzo
No,
played 10.
make
Enzo
him
played
start.
I
6.
don't think
Enzo
he's
played
made.
8.
I don't think personally. I don't think he will play there well
Yeah,
because I
yeah,
don't think he has the facilities.
exactly, exactly.
What do you think is Enzo's best position?
Me,
To me,
Mm.
I feel he's a deep line playmaker because his
deep
long
line.
range passes are
That's
actually very
that's
good.
the But I feel like again that position does exist in like Maresca's play style, but it exists for only one person. And I feel like we also want like a kind of like a destroyer there, and we have that like hybrid in Caicedo. So I feel like that's why we're trying to like look for where to accommodate Enzo because he's still such an amazing player that has like
Yeah,
pass.
and you can't bench £100 million player. You just can't.
Exactly, exactly. So I feel like we're still
Isn't Caicedo the same price?
exactly.
Yeah,
So
but the
that's
thing is that you can see
that,
Caicedo's work.
wait, sorry.
Now I said like you can see Caicedo's work. Like he's a necessity in that midfield.
Exactly,
I feel
exactly.
Lavia can do a job, but Caicedo is better suited for that
Hmm?
destroyer role, if that's
Yeah,
what he wants.
exactly. I feel like yeah, it's just so much talent because like I feel like although what everybody was saying, I feel like Enzo still played well in like how you'd expect him to play well. He was still doing those passes like behind the defense and all. But like it's just it's we're playing City at the end of the day. Because I thought Lavia played well, I thought Caicedo played well, but it's just how we're going to fit them all into the team. But maybe we're going to
That's the manager's job.
we'll see how good of a manager is.
Yeah, yeah. So another question is the Kovacic handball. Was that supposed to be a penalty?
I don't think that's a penalty.
Why?
I'm trying to remember it.
I feel like
The handball.
it was too close range. So I
No,
don't
it
think
was his elbow. That wasn't a penalty. Mm-mm.
elbow
Was
is
it his elbow?
too close range. Yeah, I
Yeah,
mean
it
I think
was very close to his
elbow is
elbow. It
about
wasn't.
elbow is
I wouldn't give that as a penalty.
actually I think it's a new VAR rule because they changed like the VAR rules a lot. So I think there's like the rule where they say if it's obvious that the player is trying to bring it back,
yeah.
like they shouldn't
Yeah.
give it as a pen. But the problem with that is it still leaves room for
Limbo.
fraud.
Interpretation.
Exactly.
Because
Anthony Taylor
another
was
game we come,
not getting
they'll
anything.
be like, no, that's fair. No, like his hand was stiff or something. It was not coming
See,
back
but you
well
see the
enough.
thing, ba? The handball for me, the handball was not a penalty. The one I believe that should have been a goal
The
was
Rico Lewis.
Jackson's offside. Personally, I don't understand anymore how. Wait, let me explain like where I'm coming from, right? Someone hit the ball. It was Kopama that hit the ball from outside the box, right? Who was it?
Yeah, I'm not sure. Someone.
Yeah, it was Palmer. It was Palmer.
So the keeper he deflected the shot, he couldn't catch it, and Jackson pounced. I feel like it should be a new phase of play. The defender should not have slept off, and they should allow those kind of opportunities count as goals. I don't think that should be given as offside.
Isn't that
personally.
what offside is? Is that like before the play? Because it was before Palmer hit the shot that he was offside. So I think there's like that maybe 5 second time that you
Yeah.
give to for like the players first before like
Yeah, I
it's
get
no
that.
longer offside.
Yeah, I get that. But what I'm trying to say is that like the keeper deflecting it, to me, it puts it into a new phase of play.
Mm.
So it's, let's say it's not for it's how everybody sees it. You get, because I remember last season there was a goal we scored, and I think it was Rashford that crossed to Bruno, and
Yeah.
Casemiro was offside.
Mm-hmm.
But then by the time Bruno headed the ball to Casemiro to get the tap in, it wasn't
Mm-hmm.
offside anymore. If you get what I'm trying to say.
Mm.
So like the
Well,
offside rule still needs to be, it still needs a lot of work.
yeah, so they'll work on it like with time.
Yeah.
With time.
There were a lot of positives because I predicted Chelsea to lose 4-1 because
Mm-hmm.
I told you, as I said before, as we both even discussed, there are still a lot of spaces that they give away.
Yeah.
So City was definitely going to get the chances. And then when you have a forward like Haaland, Haaland is taking some of those chances.
100.
But then, if I'm
The
going to be
guy, like
honest,
the goal was just so Haaland like.
You know,
yes, bro,
you
he
know,
had 3
Haaland.
touches the whole match, I think,
Exactly, three
or
passes
something
over.
like that, or
You
3
nothing,
passes
nothing
or something.
concerned with pass. Just give me
Bro, he
ball
had
straight.
1 pass completed in the whole of the
Come on
first half.
now.
1.
Come on.
Yeah, but the thing, as I was saying, so the thing is, like last season, Chelsea always has opportunities. Like I don't know how, I don't know what their chance creation numbers are like. But like,
Man said, what do you mean?
no. Like what I'm trying to say is like all these big games, they always have a chance, even when they are rubbish. Look at the final against Liverpool. They could have won that final, the semi-final FA Cup against City as well. They could have easily gone to the final, but it's just the what's it called, the
Yeah.
finishing that is the issue. That has always been their problem, and that's what actually killed them.
Yeah.
That's what
Because
killed them. Was the game for yesterday?
yeah. The thing is, Nicholas Jackson, I love him. You know, my very special boy. You know, both on the pitch and but he's a very good player. He's very good at football, but like when it comes to that, being a striker, scoring
He
goals,
might just not be a 9.
it's like that's the thing. He might. It's just like yeah. I'd have
Might
said
be a
maybe that
9.5, maybe.
what?
It might be a 9.5 now, like some players.
Yeah, he's a nine point
Bro, he
five
can't do
exactly,
that
but
job
nine
He
either.
point
said
five
that.
is useless. That's the point. That's why that one will fail too. Anyways, as I was saying,
Nah,
I said maybe we should try him in
Ikram, you heard
left.
that? We're clipping that. We're clipping it.
Go catch, no worry, catch it,
Oh
cut
my
it.
god! I
But
said we
yeah,
should try him in left wing, but now we don't overstock because bully them and hoarding. So, but yeah, I feel like maybe he should just keep working behind the scenes. And I don't want us to get another striker, but I guess like if because we create so many chances, and if we are creating so many chances, I guess maybe we might have to just get Osimhen now until Jackson hones his game. I love Dewey as well, but at the same time he's 18 as well. He's not ready to come in and like take the reins and be our main striker. But like the whole three striker situation is kind of. I'm not a biggest fan, but we'll see how things go. I'm trusting the process, and
You
I'm
see, the thing
believing
is, I feel like
Maresca.
clubs stocking up on players now. I feel
Yeah,
like currently in football, there's enough chance to give enough players game
yeah,
time. Because
yeah.
I think there are going to be more games in the Europa League,
yeah,
Conference
there
League,
are
and
going to be
Champions
more
League
games
there's
as well. So
ever been. So I feel like there's
you
an
won't have stress
opportunity.
about
If you have
it.
3 strikers,
Yeah,
you should be able to it shouldn't be a bad thing, especially if you know how to manage them. Some have
exactly.
to accept that they're not going to get as much game time as
Exactly.
others.
And you have more subs now as well. So
So,
Yeah,
yeah,
it's 5
you
now.
should be able to.
exactly.
And I
So
don't think it's 5. Is it 5 or you have like 3 chances to do
No,
subs?
5 in
it's
Premier
both.
League now.
It's
It's
both.
5.
It's five, but you
Okay,
have
it's
to.
both.
Yeah.
So 5 and you have 3 chances. So you cannot do subs 5 times. Is that you have to do the
I
5
mean,
subs within
there's
3 chances.
some workarounds because I feel like you can do a halftime. I feel like can you do an extra time or no
And then the concussion sub as well.
concussion sub as well?
Yeah, the
Yeah,
concussion one as
yeah,
well.
yeah.
Exactly.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's mad.
So yeah.
But there's one particular player in that like City game that I don't even understand how it play. Is that Doku? is that like he can the best way to describe Udoku is you say is the Alense Maxima of Antonis. Is that he can he can beat
That
he
is a
can beat his
very good
players, but his
description.
end product is so bad.
Yeah,
Let
Like
me tell
but
you,
but
he
how
will beat
Anthony
like
entered
there
there?
are
Can
so many
Anthony
times that I'm
player?
like, fuck, this guy has gone through, and then I'm like,
his
what
final
did he
touch
do
will
with the
just be
ball? Pass,
horrendous.
shoot,
Like you'll be like,
his execution
is he
is
a mad
horrible.
person? And
So
Ikram, I told you this thing, like in the first episode, I was like, I'm watching Sabinho because he's a very good player and he has better
nah,
finishing
that
than
guy
Doku. There
did
was
some
this
things
move.
in that game. I was like,
Bro, I'm
Omo,
telling you, that guy is going
I
to
don't
cook.
want to
I
say.
was
I'm
up
like, when are we playing
3 a.m.
City? I
watching
hope
that
he
boy.
foul.
Bro,
Because
see, there
he
was
needs
this
to be
move
studied.
during the game
His game needs to be
where,
studied.
yeah, there was this move during the game where he carried the ball from, I think, defense. And then he did this stop and pass thing to Doku. It was a counter attack. And all Doku had to do was do the exact same thing. Just stop and lay it
To Haaland.
for Haaland to run onto. Haaland would smoke any defender there. And he made a horrible pass, and that's how the attack died. Like he's a good player, but then his final touches need to be much better.
Omo. Well, should be all of them young boys,
Young
So
boy. And
Yeah.
this
that's
year,
the thing. I feel like, City are going through a small transitional process right now too. With those young boys up top. Started with Doku, they started with Savinho.
and that Ricolu's boy as well. Like
He's
I don't know. I'm like, where are they
see,
getting these boys from? I didn't know
Yeah,
that this
bro.
is
bro. I
bad
was
academy
asking.
Let me talk
that is
about
good now.
Oscar Bob. That one.
Yeah, you get where are they spawning them from? I thought this was like a
Uncle
Chelsea
Palmer
thing or
too.
a United thing.
Bro, we're dropping Mino, we're dropping this thing, they're dropping Rico Lewis, Oscar Bob, Phil Foden. I don't Kopama. I don't understand.
Yeah, they spawn Kopama too. Like Popa is from them. So I'm like,
Can we
Bro,
rewind first? I want to understand why did man conversation? Like, how did we reach there?
no, now like we're comparing teams that are spawning hot players now.
Okay, so you're a singular hot player. Okay.
no, I'm saying
Mino,
I'm saying
Rashford,
United
you know,
like spawns
uh,
one every
is a
few
La
years,
Carrington
something like
thing.
that. But then
But
the way they brought out this new generation is
exactly.
insane. Because there are like 4 players
Nah,
from that
it's insane.
It's their own class.
community shield that I saw that was so good.
They were actually really good. They were
Yeah.
actually really good. So, I think the final thing now is for our Game Week 2 predictions.
What's your prediction now?
Oh, you know, okay, no, actually, I see it to draw in this. Like, would play well. Like Brighton will just get like maybe
Yeah.
2 silly chances and then we'll just mess it up.
Okay.
Like from the previous game, is like I think without that
Bro, I thought
striker
rapid
there.
fire.
No, yes. Oh yeah. Sorry. Yeah. Fair. Oh, yeah, rapid fire. Two
Okay.
two, 2-2 Brighton.
Brighton 1, United 1. Brighton 1-1. That's what
Me, I'm going 2-1 United win.
2-1 United win.
I always
Okay.
believe in United. Always. Even though it's
Keep believing.
unrealistic, I always believe in
Keep
United.
believing. Believer.
Okay.
All right. Crystal Palace West Ham. Crystal Palace home. I'll give Crystal Palace. Crystal Palace to win 2-1.
Crystal Palace to win 2-1 as well.
I know they
Crystal
got the
Palace
lead.
to win 1-0.
Okay.
Crystal Palace to win 1-0. Okay.
Yeah.
Fulham Leicester.
Fulham 2, Leicester 1.
Fulham 2, Leicester 1. What about you, Nabi?
Fulham
Copy me this time.
to West Ham 1. Yeah. Fulham to West Ham 1.
West Ham, okay. Leicester.
Oh, Leicester. I thought it was West Ham. You
Leicester.
said, I beg. Look at me.
Fulham Leicester, bro.
Oh, Fulham to Leicester 2-0.
I see a 1-1 draw here. Yeah, 1-1 draw. Okay. City Ipswich. City 5, Ipswich 0. I'm sorry for McKenna or something, but when you give Alan the ball, it's gone. Don't worry.
See.
It's alright.
Sometimes you just have to accept it. What is
Just
going to
accept.
happen will happen.
Just accept.
What's going to
Actually.
happen will happen.
Haaland captain. I beg.
I'm already there.
I need a hat trick.
Inshallah, I will be there. I will not miss it.
City 3, Ipswich 1.
Okay.
City 4, Ipswich 0.
Okay. Southampton Forest. I'm giving Forest to win 2-0.
Forest to win 1-0.
I'm giving on a draw, 1-1 draw.
Okay. Spurs Everton. This game is usually like very confusing. For some reason, Everton like they do well against Spurs. So I'll probably give it.
Sorry, I have a question.
Yeah.
Is Brantwaite injured?
Yes, he is.
Oh, okay.
He is.
All right.
Yeah, he is.
All right.
So Everton to win 2-1.
Spurs 4, Everton 1.
Spurs 3, Everton 1.
Mad. This one backfire like mad. All right, Aston Villa Arsenal. Arsenal 3, Villa 1.
Arsenal 1, Villa 0.
Arsenal 2, Villa 1. They
Okay.
won paper for last season.
Bournemouth, Newcastle. Bournemouth 1, Newcastle 2.
Newcastle 3, Bournemouth 0.
Newcastle 2, Bournemouth 0. They've
Okay.
lost a lot, so I don't think they'll be able to score like that this season.
Wolves Chelsea. Wolves 1, Chelsea 2. Chelsea 3? Chelsea 3. Wolves 1, Chelsea 3.
Wolves, okay, go first.
What?
No, go first.
No, go first. This is my team. Let me.
Oh, okay. Chelsea 2, Wolves 0.
Chelsea 2, Wolves 0.
Okay.
Neto coming to hunt back the hunting.
Okay, yes, it's true. Pretty gospel, nice. Liverpool Brentford. Liverpool 1, Brentford 0.
Liverpool 3, Brentford 2.
Liverpool 2, Brentford 0.
All right. That's calm then. So I guess we've come to the end of this episode. It was a bit more peaceful than I expected. Having another fan of another club, not just the usual United. So thank you for joining us again. Hopefully, we'll see you in other episodes.
Yeah, and
But yeah,
before we close,
yeah.
please, can I have more buying rejects, please? They should keep sending them my way. Goretzka, Kimmich, anyone they don't
Bayern
want.
rejects. Yes,
Send
let's
them
have
our
it,
way.
please. Let's have it,
Send
please. We
them
don't
our
mind. We
way.
do not mind. Who is next?
This
Is
is not
Kimmich
the
a reject?
Manchester United that I know.
No, no. We will take
We
it.
have not been the Manchester
We will
United,
take
for
it.
the past 10, 15 years.
I can't. I've not recognized my club for the past decade. Don't worry.
Since
The man you does
2014,
not
I've
exist.
not recognized my club.
Ah.
Since 2014.
So thank you guys for watching or listening, and don't forget to subscribe if you're not subscribed. Leave a like,
Yeah.
comment for
Yeah.
anything that you feel was controversial, and share also.
Tell us
Yeah.
who you think is going to finish higher, Chelsea or United.
Yeah.